I think I've come up with the perfect spring quilt block, y'all. Check out this birdhouse. It's adorable. I'm walking you through my birdhouse layers quilt pattern today. You need one layer cake. It finishes at a nice 42-inch by 42-inch size. There's a cute little pile of scraps that get left over, and stick to the end because I am making something you don't want to miss. Let's get to it. All right, let's make a birdhouse quilt. My sample block turned out so cute. The blocks are going to end up measuring 6 inches by 8 inches finished, and just too cute. You're going to need a layer cake for this pattern. And speaking of the pattern, I do have a handy $5 PDF printable in my Etsy shop linked below. Every sale truly helps support the channel, and I thank you so much. All right, so you are going to need a layer cake to make this quilt. And I'm going to be using all 42 squares of the layer cake. And you want to sort them into 2 piles. You're going to want to put the darker ones in one pile and all the lighter ones in the other pile. You want 21 dark squares. They're going to become the birdhouse, the roof, the floor, the whole house, the 21 dark prints, and then 21 lighter prints will be all the backgrounds. Don't click away just yet, thinking you don't have the perfect layer cake. You can always substitute regular solid yardage or a print for your background. You don't have to use the layer cake squares, right? So get your things sorted, 21 for each, and I'll show you how to cut. Let's cut our darker prints first. I like to stack 2 to 4 at a time. I've got 4 stacked together here. And the first cut you want to make is going to be 3.5 inches off the left side. All right, 1 up here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's too many. 3.5. 3.5 inches first. There we go. Scooch those over. Then we'll turn this to the side. And we need to get 2 3.5-inch squares off the end here first. So here's 1 and 2. Okay. Then I'm going to turn them back this way again, and I'm going to cut 2.5. 2. And we need 2 1.5 rectangles out of this piece. And then one more 1.5. There's that little extra. And then this skinny little piece, we need him too. We're going to get 3 1-inch squares. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. There's that. Then we're going to bring the second piece over. I'm going to turn him sideways so I can cut 3.5 off the bottom. And he should be 6.5 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So let's just cut 3.5. Switch that over. 3.5 by 6.5. And then I'm going to cut 1.5. Okay. 1.5 by 6.5. Flip him back around. Then we need 2 1.5 by 4.5. We'll go ahead and cut 1.5 this way. And then flip them around. 4.5 this way. Okay, we're almost there. We need a 2.5-inch square. So I'm going to cut it this way to maximize my scrap piece. I'm going to cut 2.5 this way. This will be scrap. Save that for something else. Then we need a 2.5 inch square. And one more 1 inch square. Chop him right off of that. Scrap. All right. A cutting recap for all your dark 10-inch squares. You need 2 3.5 inch squares, 2 1.5 by 2.5 inch rectangles, 4 1 inch squares, 2 1.5 by 4.5 inches, 1 1.5 by 6.5, 1 3.5 by 6.5, and 1 2.5 inch square. Now let's cut the background. Now let's cut some background. I've stacked 4 of my layer cake squares together again. And the first cut you want to make this time is going to be 4.5 inches off the bottom. 2, 3, 4.5. Straight off the bottom. And then you want to cut this down to 6.5. Right? So this becomes 4.5 by 6.5. And then you need 2 1.5 off of this piece here. So we've got 1 and 2. So these are 1.5 by 4.5. And then your final bit is going to be 2 3.5 inch squares. So I'm just going to cut 3.5. Over. And 3.5. 1. And 2. Make sure I got it. Okay. All right. These can be safe in your scrap piles. So you're cutting background recap. 1 4.5 by 6.5. 2 1.5 by 4.5. And 2 3.5. So it's block piecing time. We got everything cut out. And you do want to set aside all the 3.5 inch dark squares. These are going to become the top and bottom borders. And all the 4.5 by 6.5 inch light rectangles, those are going to make the little birdhouses stagger across the quilt, right? You are left with a nice little pile of scraps too. And don't fly away just yet, because I'm revealing something super cute that I made with my little pile at the end of this video. So to make a block, here we go. You're going to want 1 2.5 inch square for the center, and then we'll choose a house color, and that's the 1.5 by 4.5 rectangles and 1.5 by 2.5 on the top, and then 4 1 inch squares that match your house, and then a roof and a floor, and then you'll choose a background, and let's go sew. All right, let me quickly show you how to piece a block here. First step is you're going to put your little 1 inch squares on the corners of the center hole and just sew from corner to corner. Yep, line them up right in the corner and stitch right on the diagonal. These are so tiny, I usually do not mark the line. And then, whoop, I don't even cut my thread there. I just bring the needle up, line up the next corner, and keep stitching. Make sure it's straight. All right, corner to corner. All right, sew all 4 corners. Cut, and then you'll take some scissors or your rotary cutter, and you're just going to cut away a little bit of extra from the seam line, and then pop over to your iron quick like and press all of these back. Next step, you're going to add the little top and bottom 1.5 by 2.5 inch rectangles to the center hole. Line them up straight, 1/4 inch seam, like so. Right, press those out. Then you would add the 1.5 by 4.5 inch to the left and right side. Same thing. Straight, 1/4 inch seam, like so. And press those out. House part is made. Add your background, 1.5 by 4.5 to the sides now. Whoop. Press them out. All right, now we just add the bottom and the top. Just like everything else, line them up straight, 1/4 inch seam. And press them both out. So the final step would be to take your 3.5 inch background squares and to draw a line from corner to corner to make our roof, right? To make our pointy roof. So draw a line from corner to corner, but I'm going to show you a quick trick because we're going to stitch on this line and cut away the extra. That's a lot of waste, right? So I'm actually going to draw another line 1/2 inch away. So I've got my line lined up on the corner there, 1/2 inch over, and I'm going to draw a second line. See that? So these are going to become 2 stitch lines. I'm going to lay this right in the corner. I'm going to stitch directly on the first line, and then I'm going to come over and stitch directly on the second line. And then when we come and trim away the extra, we're going to have a 1/2 square triangle already sewn and ready to use for something else and not wasted. Do the same thing to the other side to create your roof. You're going to be left with 2 1/2 square triangles to add to that scrap pile. Stay tuned, remember, something cute's coming. Make 21 blocks, and then it's quilt layout time. So you got all your blocks pieced together. You can see I have mine laid out on the design wall already. You want to put them with 7 blocks across and 3 rows down. All right? Then you're going to find the 4.5 by 6.5 inch background rectangles that we cut from the start that match with each block. And you're going to put them on the top or bottom of each one to make them stagger across the rows. You'll add those to each block, press towards the rectangles. Whoops, whoops. Isn't this sucker looking cute already? Once you've added all your background rectangles, go ahead and sew the 3 rows together. Then we're going to slap these top and bottom borders on, and it's about to get even cuter. You need 14 3.5 inch squares for each one, and you're actually going to be left with 14 3.5 inch squares extra to add to that little scrap pile. Speaking of the scraps, here's what I made with mine so far. You know I had to make a spring chicken pincushion. It is my most viewed video tutorial, so I will link it at the end of this one. This is the original chicken I made in that video. And I stuffed them both with my favorite lizard litter, just these crushed walnut shells. I'll link them below as well too. Right? It's pretty perfect. And how about the quilt? Did I make the perfect spring quilt block, you guys? You'll have to let me know in the comments. I think it's pretty perfect myself. I really love it. There is that handy $5 PDF linked in my Etsy shop as well. And I truly hope you guys loved watching this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.